Alright, hey everybody, welcome to Shooting the Shit with Silverbacks. I'm Brian Silverbacks, and today I've got
Spider-Man 3000.
Booyah! Today we're going to talk about a movie that's been needing to be talked about for a while. Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, not Apocalypse.
Yeah, Age of Apocalypse, totally different thing.
Alright, so let's get right into it. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh, totally thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Two
if
thumbs
I had
up.
3 thumbs up, I would do that.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I have some problems.
Well, you want to just jump right into
Let's
it?
just jump right into the problem.
Okay.
One of the biggest problems was motherfucking Ultron having lips. That was the most distracting thing I'd ever seen.
It did not bother me at all.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, no way these people thought that was going to be okay.
I did not.
I thought that it would be, his mouth area, and then this would light up, and maybe he would, chomp. But they gave that motherfucker, lips and doing all kinds of shit, and I was like, it's a fucking robot, man.
Yeah, but it's the Marvel world, man. It's the fantasy
But
world. It's fiction.
I know.
Like Tony Stark has all that crap crammed into that fucking uniform.
Well, let's jump right in and say the movie starts off. They're fighting. Boom. 15 minutes later, Ultron's made.
Oh yeah, it gets to the point.
Ultron surfs the internet for 5 minutes, and he's ready to take over the world.
Yes, sir.
He said, fuck the human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta take this shit over. And then, boom. Now Ultron is fucking wrecking house.
Yeah, it's not a original story in the sense of you create something to protect you that decides the only way to protect you is to kill you. That's an age-old story. So it's not, there's nothing new there.
Yeah, well, the newness is our characters that we've grown to love and
Absolutely.
and stuff on that adventure. So that's
Now, how they do it all, that's totally fresh and awesome.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy the fact that when you watch a Spider-Man movie or a Green Lantern movie or whatever superhero film, they deal with something that is at their level. The Avengers deal with something that is appropriately at their level. Like, what would it take that you would have to get all those guys together to stop it?
Yeah.
And they ramp it up really, really well.
Yeah.
It's a Avengers level event is happening.
Okay, so it's not just something little, not the Abomination run around.
Yeah, no.
This is a world ender.
This is some
Life as you know
shit.
it will be fucked up. Let's get the Avengers in here.
Yeah, exactly. I really appreciate the fact that they take it to the H&L for the team.
All right, explain H&L real quick.
A whole nother level.
Yeah, so that's the H&L that we commonly refer to. So, Hawkeye played a much different role in this movie than he did in the first
Hawkeye
one.
he was surprisingly really awesome.
Yeah, he had they introduced us to his family, his wife, his kids, and his little ranch house.
Yeah, they addressed the fact that he's just a guy with a bow and arrow, no superpowers.
Yeah, he says it, dude. I just got a bow and arrow, man. You sure I'm the guy?
Yeah, it's really fresh and a lot of fun. Sam and Neil did not like the writing, and I was kind of like, dude, I don't know what you're expecting. You're going to an Avengers movie.
The dialogue writing, or
well, just in general. I think the dialogue was something that he specifically said, but he expected more from Joss Whedon, and I was like, dude.
Well, you know what? I think Joss Whedon expected more from Joss Whedon because I heard that motherfucker made a 4-hour movie.
Really?
4-hour movie.
Wow.
And so that's why when we go to see it, it feels like it's just one thing after another, and we're not getting that downtime. We're not getting the story being pushed well or
formulated. There's that whole moment where Thor's like, I gotta go do some shit.
And
he's gone for a while,
Yeah, I'm gonna go jump in the pool of ooze and see the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But so I'm curious to know, are we going to get a 4-hour version of the movie? Are we going to get the Joss Whedon, here's what my original fucking plan looked like before Marvel said cut it down to 2.5?
They should. If they filmed it, they should put it out. The reason being, nerds are going to be willing to go through that, to enjoy the story and see it all. I mean, if nothing else, this release of this particular film has to show Hollywood and Marvel and Disney in particular that we are willing to go to great lengths to enjoy these stories. They released this movie in several theaters throughout the country as a 29-hour movie marathon.
Oh, yeah.
And people showed
Were y'all
up.
going to do that?
I was going to do that, but my buddy Jody backed out on me, and I didn't want to do it by myself. So.
Yeah, because there was going to be phase 1 and phase 2.
Yeah.
And then boom.
29 hours.
That is a lot. I mean, I would love to do it, but I just can't set aside 2 days worth of life.
I set them aside. But I just, my buddy backed out on me, and I was not going to do it alone. So
that's pretty lonely.
But just the fact that there are people willing to do that, a 4-hour movie, fuck yeah, dude. I've sat at my house and watched all 3 extended versions of The Lord of the Rings in a row.
Oh, damn, they weren't extended when I saw them the first time?
No.
God dang.
No. So, I mean,
slept through them?
We're willing to enjoy that much story.
My thing is, I've got a number of Marvel Blu-rays, and most of them come with limited special features. Not a whole lot of special features, and I don't know what the fuck they're doing with them. You got them, go ahead and show me. But I'm afraid that they're going to give me Avengers 2 on Blu-ray, and they're going to show me the stuff that was cut, but they're not going to have a place where I can click and watch it all pieced together in a 4-hour thing, which is what I want.
Sure.
And that's going to piss me off because I want to see the long version of fucking Days of Future Past. I want to see the one that had Rogue, the cut that had Rogue and stuff in it.
Absolutely.
None of that shit's on the fucking Blu-ray.
No.
But that's not an MCU movie, but it's just like, give me the 4-hour version without having to buy a whole new Blu-ray.
I would love to get that as well. I think that it's some point in time, though, we have to just be happy that there's a fucking Avengers movie out there.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm still, all this time we've been talking about movies and all this stuff, I'm still going to go back to that every time. Hey, dude, the shit that we love is cool right now.
Yeah.
Let's just ride the fucking wave, man.
Yeah.
Even if it comes out doo-doo. I enjoyed the Green Lantern movie.
I didn't have as big a problem with it as everybody else seems to.
I enjoyed Daredevil and Elektra.
I think Green Lantern, though, is a stupid character. So he can make a fist and punch you with his little fucking green fist. That's just... I can make a brick wall and you run into it. It's gay. I'm sorry, let's not use gay. I don't want to bash gays. It's just such an idiotic power to have that it's going to be stupid when you put it on screen anyway.
Yeah.
That's a cartoon. That character is cartoon only.
Well, here's the thing. You got to be creative with what that character can do.
Yeah.
And everybody who watches the cartoons and sees, Green Lantern do stuff is like, why doesn't he not create a damn minigun and just blow him away? Well, he finally did that in the movie, and it came off kind of cheesy. Well, that's because the whole fucking character's cheesy.
They need to limit the amount of cheese, like the amount of stuff his ring can do, and then it'll be difficult for him to get out of situations.
I think if you were to get out of his origin story and get into things going on with Sinestro, it would be a little more interesting.
Well, DC's got some stuff on the pipeline. We're not going to talk about all that right now.
I will say this, though. On the heels of the success of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think a Green Lantern movie would be more well received now. Because you've
shown it can be done.
You've taken these viewers to outside the planet, into the universe stuff, and they've, it was great. So I think you could do it again.
Yeah, so... what about horrible Russian accents? What do you think about those?
Hey, I can't do accents myself, so
that's true. But man, that was aside from the lips on Ultron being distracting, the fucking 2 horrible Russian voices were distracting.
I didn't even catch up on that, man. I didn't catch that at all.
So painful.
I literally just enjoyed the movie and didn't question any of it. So.
Damn. Well, for those that don't know, Quicksilver ain't making it to the sequel. And so I don't have to hear that voice again. But Scarlet Witch is going to be one of the Avengers coming up. Maybe we'll see her in Civil War. But we're going to, maybe she's going to be around people that don't have the accent and she can go back to her normal accent. Like her normal... it's just bad.
I see characters like Emma Frost and the Scarlet Witch coming to light in these movies. And I keep saying to myself, I want to see them in them outfits from the comic book. But I know that is not going to look right on a
a
regular
PG-13.
person,
Wow.
moving around and doing stuff. When you draw it, it's curve fitting every angle.
Yeah, waist about that big,
Yeah.
titties like this.
But I would like to see them try that as a joke somehow in one of the movies. Like, hey, I put together this outfit. What do you think? And just give us a shot of it and be like, dude, that's stupid. Don't wear that.
That is a good point. I would like to see that as well. Now, how familiar are you with Vision, the character?
Very little.
Me too. So we don't have anything to base it on, but the dude seems like he's going to be like almost like Superman.
I'm really glad that they took the character who did the voice of Jarvis.
Yeah, Paul Bettany.
To make the character Vision. That was awesome.
Yeah, I liked
really
that too.
That.
But I mean, he lifted Thor's hammer, so he's got a heart of gold. He is worthy, and he's got a fucking infinity gem in his head. Now, do you think the fact that he has an infinity gem in his head means he's not going to be alive when it comes time for him to put the Infinity War and the gauntlet on? I
would think that somebody's going to have to rip that out of his face.
And if they rip off his face, then he's probably not going to be around. How can you be the Vision without your soul or the mind gem? I think it is.
I think you got the mind gem. I don't know. I'm not really sure. How they're going to play that, but I know that in the comic books, Vision had the gem at one point. Mm-hmm. I don't think he kept the gem. I think he was. Well,
that wasn't the gem in the comic books, was it?
I believe so.
In his head?
I believe that was the gem for a while.
Oh fuck! Maybe I need to go back to reading some shit.
I believe it was the gem for a while. I believe the Collector had like 2 or 3 of the gems, and Thanos retrieved a few of the gems from the Collector. So they're not doing it exactly.
Doesn't Adam Warlock have one?
Adam Warlock, I believe, has one. Vision has one. One of the Eternals, I think, had one or something to that effect. Well, I don't want to piss off all the fanboys because I don't know exactly.
Yeah. All right, so the movie, we do know what we saw. Mm-hmm. And we did get to see a lot of little pop-ups. We got to see Falcon, mm-hmm. and he made reference to the missing person, the Winter Soldier. Oh, shit, son. Did you see the picture of Crossbones in the new Captain America suit movie?
I have not.
You're familiar with Crossbones, right?
I know.
He has the skull mask and the big... Oh, dude. Well, he was in... The character was in the last Winter Soldier.
Yeah, he was the one security guard guy or whatever.
They started off on the good team.
Yeah.
And then he was beating Captain America's ass in the elevator. Then he got burned up as the building collapsed. They show him on the operating table as it goes to credits. Well, now he's got his fucking suit.
Nice.
Man, that badass looking. But so we got to see Falcon. We got to see Stan Lee.
Uh-huh.
We got to see Hill. She was in it for a little bit, yeah. So, I mean, I felt pretty good. I thought it felt really rushed.
It did.
And I just don't know how Ultron had the time to put the thrusters on the city to lift it up into the sky. Like, when did you get a chance to do all that?
That's a good question.
Like, logistically, when did you go and dig out and make a perfect circle and put the little jet engines in the town and say, this town's big enough for me to take it in the air, drop it, and dinosaur all over?
I really don't question too many things like that when I'm in the theater.
Yeah.
I'm really just trying to suspend my disbelief and enjoy the show. I realistically, in my mind, I thought that was already in place.
So maybe Hydra was doing that shit?
Yeah, I think that was already in place for some reason.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
What do you think about the Hulkbuster, though?
Oh, hotness.
That was cool.
I can't wait for my Disney 3.0, Disney Infinity 3.0 Hulkbuster figure to go along with all my other
unused figures. All right. So, love story, Hulk or Bruce Banner, I should say. Bruce Banner and Black Widow. Did that catch you off guard at all?
A little bit. I was not ready for that. I saw the headline of an article recently that I thought would be interesting to read, and I haven't read it yet. But the article was something to the effect of, Disney has built this great character in Black Widow, and now they don't know what to do with her. So I think that's
I think she can have her own little spy movie. Like, go off and do a espionage movie.
You could put Scarlett Johansson in a tight suit doing anything. Johansson. Sorry, Scarlett
As
Johansson.
Amos would say.
In a speak and spell it. In a tight suit doing anything, and I'll watch it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm still gonna say that so far the best Black Widow hair. I'm gonna go with her first appearance in Iron Man 2, and then I'm gonna go Winter Soldier.
Wasn't it longer and curlier in Iron Man 2?
Yeah, and then in Winter Soldier it was like straight right here.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I watched half that movie with a chub.
Yeah,
that was pretty good. So, what are some of the down? Like, if you could, do you remember anything that you would knock away at it for? Like anything you were just like, that was kind of weak.
The exclusion of Quicksilver in the future.
Yeah,
because that power was presented so well.
Yeah.
In Days of Future Past, and it was presented good in this one, not as good in my opinion.
I think they went ahead and killed him off simply so they wouldn't have to worry about what's going to happen with the Fox universe.
Maybe.
So that just to eliminate any further confusion, we've got our Scarlet Witch. We saw Quicksilver one time.
Yeah.
And who knows, maybe he'll get some plastic surgery like Hawkeye did and he'll be back to normal.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the comic books are notorious for not killing people when they kill them.
Yeah. Well, was Fury.
Yeah.
Fury died, now he's back as a John Deere lawnmower.
So we'll see how that goes. But
all right.
On a totally separate note, Amos was
yours better call somebody.
Amos was telling me that they're colliding all these universes in the comic books and
the Secret Wars,
killing off all these expanded characters.
Yeah.
And you know, if there's this Thor and this Thor and this Thor, like they're gonna break it down. There's only one more Thor. And I got to thinking about it. And I wonder if that is a decision on Disney's part to simplify their product that they're trying to put out to people.
I think, who wants to buy 18 different Spider-Man books? Give me one fucking Spider-Man book, and I'll know where I need to go for a story.
Right.
Now, if that one Spider-Man storyline comes out 3 times a month, so that I can have it, you know, but don't make me buy. This Spider-Man.
Web of Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's doing this over here, but he doesn't interact. You know, I can see that it could be confusing. All right, so real quick, if you had to watch one movie 5 times in a row, would it be Avengers 1 or Avengers 2?
I'm going to say Avengers 2 only because I've seen Avengers 1 so many times already.
All right. Well, then I can't. Okay. Was the second one as good as the first one for you?
Yes.
Was it better?
No. No.
So it's just on par with that.
Yeah. And I think the only reason I don't think it's better is because the Avengers 1, seeing it for the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, I've already popped my cherry. Now I'm just riding the roller coaster again because I like the hills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So this movie in no way let you down?
Not at all.
So what about all the people that are saying this movie let them down? You got anything for that?
I hate it for them. I hate it for them, man.
Yeah, make your own movie. Make it the way you want to.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Brian Silverbacks.
Spider-Man 3000.
And we liked Avengers 2.
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Check it out. Tell us what you think. Peace.